Hi, my name is Afi and this video is part of a tutorial series on how to set up and use ExecutiveApp to help manage your business. If you haven't watched the previous videos, I suggest you start from the first video in the playlist to get an idea of what is ExecutiveApp. In this video, I'll be covering the finance page, the settings page, and also some general application behavior. So from the previous video, we logged into the application and now we are at the main window. On the left side, you can see your pages, which are the dashboard, finance, products, orders, settings, help, and also an exit button which will just exit the application. You can also exit using the button on the top right. Okay, let's go into the settings page, and in here usually there'll be a general settings which you can use, which you can fine-tune to suit your preferences. For now, there's only a company name setting, which I'll put in the Decritech company name. You can also change your profile picture. So I have a picture on the desktop and click on Save Settings. So after that, you can see that your profile has been updated on the top left. Okay, we'll go over database settings in a future video, but right now let's go to account settings and click on My License. Here you can actually view your license and all the information. So currently we are under the free trial period, and you can see here license type is a value, and also it ends on the 13th of November. Okay, one note is that when you are logging in, you will need to be connected to the internet. But once you have logged in and once the application has obtained your license information, you can use the application offline for as long as the license allows it. So this is one of the advantages where you don't have to rely on cloud servers or the internet. Alright, let's go into the finance page. Okay, this page is where you'll be mostly managing your financial entries, particularly your credit entries and also debit entries. So credit means money going out and debit means money coming in, and you can identify this using the minus and plus signs. On the bottom you'll have some expanders, so if you click on it, it'll actually expand the table, and you can see this is the actual table where it'll list your credit entries and also debit entries on the other one. Alright, so the first thing that I suggest you to do when you set up is click on Add Debit, and you enter your initial cash flow, or the cash that you have in hand. So let's say I have 500 ringgit right now, and I'll type in initial cash flow. Okay, when you click on Add Debit, you can see the expander will expand the table, and this is the credit debit entry that we created just now. Okay, one note of behavior is that let's say right now the debit ID is 10. Let's add one debit entry and of say 20 ringgit. So now you can see that the new entry has a debit ID of 11, and if we delete this, you can click on delete and then click on add debit again. Let's say this time 5 ringgit. You can see that the debit ID actually continues on to the next number. This is a normal behavior of the database itself. Alright, I'll just delete this entry. Now let's go over some of the features that we have for this page. Particularly, let's create one credit entry. So both credit and debit have the same forms. Now the reference ID, usually we would put the, let's say, the receipt number or the bank transaction ID. For now I'll just put 1 2 3 4 5. Let's say this is a credit entry of 20 ringgit, and you can say this is a for purchase of supplies. Okay, so now one feature is that you can actually search the credit entry using the reference ID. So since you can put whatever you want in the reference ID, you can use this for your search. So let's say I go into the search credit reference ID and I type in some random letters. You can see the entry actually disappears because this is not the reference ID. If I take that out and let's say enter 2384, so you can see the entry is still here, which means because there's some likeness to the search item itself. Okay, and if I put in some A, and it'll disappear. Alright, so this is how you can search for your credit entries using the reference ID. Also, if you select the entry itself on the table and you click on edit, you can actually view the edit itself. And you can also edit some information, such as, let's say we change it to 30, and there you go, the amount has changed to 30. Finally, you can also delete the credit entry. So click on delete, and it asks you to confirm, click yes, and it'll delete the entry. Okay, another feature is that the table itself is limited to, I think, 10 items. So if you would like to look at more than that, you can actually use the page navigation buttons on the bottom right. So right now we don't have any entries above 10, but if there are, then you can actually use these buttons to navigate through. You can also just type in the page number that you would like to see. Okay, I think that's it for finance. So in the next video, we'll look at the products page. All right, thanks for watching.